Hello everyone, my name is Flavia. I am 19 years old and today I'm going to tell my story for you guys. Since I was a little girl, I was always a rebellious one. I didn't obey my parents and I didn't like other people so much, especially when they give me order or tell me what to do. At school, I took several suspensions and not even my parents' punishments made me change. I behaved badly and I didn't even understand why. I was expelled from school when I was on my 5th grade. My mother then decided that she wouldn't care anymore. My parents were divorced and after the expulsion, my mother told me to go live with my father. But my stepmother didn't like it at all and she told my father that she would leave him if he accepted having me living with them. My grandparents decided to interfere and took me to live with them. I didn't like it a lot, but I had no other options. When I moved in with them, I was almost quiet all the time. My grandparents even thought that I had calmed down, but they were wrong. This calm me lasted for a few months, and then my grandparents' nightmare began. The first thing that I did was running away and spending a week away from home. When I came back, they were awake, thinking something really bad happened to me. But I came home like nothing happened at all, and I had no idea of the harm that I was causing to the people who loved me. Of course, they were really angry at me. They said that from that day on, if I wanted something, I would have to work for it, because I wasn't grateful enough for the life I had. That thing pissed me off, because my parents sent money so I can have all I want. But my grandparents said that food, clothes, shoes will be all on me. But even money, they wouldn't give me anymore. And the money that my parents gave them will be saved for my future. I went to my room and started talking with some friends on WhatsApp, and they told me about a place where I could work. It was an outfit store. The owner seemed very nice. We got along really well. But what I didn't know is that she had second intentions here. The months went by and I enjoyed my work. Until one day, my boss asked me if I wanted to make more money. Of course, I said yes. She smiled and said that after working hours, she and her husband would talk to me. I was super curious and anxious to know what it was about, but I had to wait until the end of the day. We left the store and went to a bar that was nearby after work. They said it was a chill place. I got a little bit scared when my boss started explaining what I should do to earn the amount of $1 million. She started talking and she said that I needed to get pregnant, rent my belly to them so they can have their own child. I had just turned 18 and the amount was quite generous and attractive, but I said that I needed to think about it. The other day, when I arrived to the store, my boss called me to her office and she asked me if I had thought of their proposal. And I said that I accepted. I said yes. I had only thought about how much money I would get and how it could change my life. And I said that I need to know what I had to do immediately. Well, she told me that the first thing I would have to go to the doctor and do several exams to make sure that everything was fine with my health. We went to the doctor, I did all the exams and I was super healthy. We could continue. One day, a man came to the store and said that he was a lawyer. They called me for a meeting and they asked me to sign a contract. I asked him what was written in this contract and where was the amount that I would receive and when. The lawyer read and explained everything, giving me the document, informing that it was my copy and that I should keep it. We signed the contract and went to the fertilization clinic to start the treatment. A month later, we found out that I was pregnant. It was a feeling unlike anything I've ever felt. My boss informed me that I wouldn't work anymore. Now I would stay at their house until the baby was born. The thing is that I haven't told my family anything because I was afraid of their reaction. So I decided to say that I would work in another city in a new store as a manager. Ah, the happiness of my grandparents. They hugged me and they said that they were so proud of me. They even said that I have matured so much in the past few years. My boss confirmed my story to my grandparents, and 2 days later, I moved in with them. While my belly didn't show up, I still visited my family often. But as soon as I was on my 5th month pregnant, I could no longer hide it. So I told them that I would travel abroad and that I would spend 6 months there. After the 6th month of pregnancy, I received half of the amount. I didn't believe my eyes. On my 7th month of pregnancy, my bosses were super happy and they gave me all the necessary attention. They just didn't let me participate in the preparations of the baby's arrival. But that wasn't the deal. It was in a clause of the contract, including that I never would see the baby after the birth. I didn't know anything about the baby. I didn't know if it had a name. I didn't know if it was a girl or a boy. Sometimes I was curious, but at the same time I thought it was better not to know anything, because I felt a little bit uncomfortable. My thoughts were all about the money and how I could spend it. I already had several plans and everything was easier. The day the baby was born, my heart was tight because I was used to feel him inside of me, and now I wouldn't have him anymore. We went to the hospital and the baby was born. I didn't even see his face. It was a weird sensation, but I had agreed to everything. I left the hospital and went to a small house where I had a woman that was taking care of me. And after that, I would have to go to my grandparents' home with the money, but with no job. So it happened. I came home and I said that I was tired of the other city. But they didn't have to worry because for a while I would have money. My child was born a year ago and I wonder if what I did was right. I always remember his crying and I know it will never go. I don't know him. I feel bad and I really want to live with him. But my ex-bosses disappeared. What I can say is that if it were today, I wouldn't do it again. Because the money ended quickly, but my remorse is still there. Because everything I did with that child wasn't fair. Even if I know that he is with a family that loves him. If I could go back in time, I would have changed my story. But as I can't, I have to change my actions and learn that I have a happy life with my family and the people who loves me.